I'm what you call a lone wolf. I like to walk alone. I go hunt for the feeling. I thrive out on my own. Look in my eyes, look at the prize, look at the yeah, yeah. Heart in my chest, holding my breath. I'm addicted to the game. I am the one they run from. Dead I lie and wait. I do not tremble, do not shake. Ice cold blood in my veins, yeah. The lone wolf is my name.
Hey guys, Andrae here from Lone Wolf Custom Gear Whitetail Addictions. Let's take a little stroll on memory lane. Last year was a hectic one. Managed to harvest a deer, lost it, didn't find it till late. The normal garbage that goes along with a hectic year. Expansion of the new company, new products, development. Turned 60 last year. Love the sport, love October, but these years and these months are just flying by like nobody's business. Managed to harvest a buck, not the one that I really wanted, but ended up just shy of 170, decent deer. Hurricane winds. It's October 5th. Stuff's been pretty good in the mornings, been slow in the evenings. I'm back here on this bottom where I grazed that nice buck last year. I think he might be back. He's going to be bedding somewhere on this mountain here, so I'm just going to ease in, hunt this first stand here. And after the sit, I'm going to go down and check the trail that he was using all last year. And if it's got some good prints on it, I'm going to grab my 1.0 and set up on that for an evening post. So let's just sit back and see what happens. People know that I love a morning sit. And the reason I love a morning sit is the rise of thermals. I'm absolutely invincible in some of these stands that I have figured out over the years. I had a couple sits here now in October, literally covered up for over an hour, 365 degrees around this tree, out in front of me, to the left, to right, and the deer did not have a clue I was here. Another little tip: you leave exposure, two types of exposure when you're approaching a tree stand setup. You gotta leave some tracks on the ground from your feet, and you have odor coming off your body. This morning we accessed this spot 50 yards downriver. We stay in the creek until we get to the base of our stand, climb up out of there and get into that stand. Now we have left absolutely no track set behind. I'm on a morning sit with the thermals all rising. I got the wind also in my favor. And the only thing that's winding me this morning will be angels. You'll see from some of this video, 5 different bucks, tons of does, 365 degrees around the stand, and did not have a clue. Man, I love a good morning sit. More later, brother. It's October 16th. This is the start of it. The first cold snap. This next week and a half will be phenomenal for taking down your big boys. I got some good video of 4 different racked bucks, probably all over 3.5 years old. I do not have a clue if a big one's back this year. I've been so busy with the company and farming. But I do need to purchase some new batteries because I lost one and this one's going dead. So, more later. October 16th. Taking out some corn. We got snowed out. So, first day of the season with some snow. I wish I would have had a little more time to pick a spot, but this snow should stick around for a couple days and we should get some good filming. A couple of does up on the way in. Jumped a little 10-point off the clover field. And decided to jump in a stand here. That's good for this wind, so. We got some nice high pressure. It's October 28th. And you can see what that buck did. He's got some good genes. He'll be pretty decent in years to come. He came through here and he didn't even work a scrape that he walked right over. So that tells me that window for your late October is pretty much done. And it's time to start hunting the does. As you can see now, he's in this woodlot just shagging does all around. The start of the pre-rut is here, so we'll get some good footage. I hope something with a decent rack ends up in here. And we've got some does coming right now after. opportunities at deer now every post for the last few posts. Jumped the Big 10 out of the clover here on the way in. By the time I set up, there was deer piling in. Another big 8 came through. I just don't know if there's anything big enough to shoot. We'll sit tight as long as we can unless the truck comes. Big shipment today at tree stands. More later. Got a chance to get in the woods here for a couple hours. It's a weekend. I've seen over 20 different bucks this morning. Not a one of them worth a damn. There's still 2 bucks fighting over here. Another one chasing some does around. It's 9 o'clock. Getting to be prime time. And I gotta get down and coordinate a bunch of guys coming in today between their hunts to build hundreds of orders that still have to go out by Monday. So this is my life this year. I will be a rut hunter for the next 30 days. It looks like the crops are starting to dry up, so it'll be an early harvest this year. I'm going to take you to this little honey hole I call the hedgerow. Hopefully this is where it'll all happen this year. Coming into my new pond. Call it a water hole, not a pond. Had a nice clover field in here. Got all fertilized, ready to go for this year. I had a good friend of mine come out, Justin Hollingsworth. Actually had the opportunity to hunt with him for a week. I'm normally not a guy that hunts with people for a week. It was a good time. Normally this isn't fun and games for me, but it was the only week I was allowed to take off and actually not do a lot with the business, but just strictly hunted. We still ended up in there pounding out a few stands and helping out, but
Just came over. Found a bunch of really good hot sun. These trails are all beat down. There's giant rubs all over the place. Andrae just set that stand up right there, 8 foot off the ground. I'm gonna go up to that one and do a little filming. Hopefully we can catch these deer running down these trails. Yep. Oh yeah, you got him. Oh yeah. But you hammered him. Damn that wrong one. Yeah.
He hasn't moved, has he?
He was standing right over there.
He still is?
I don't know.
Behind that deadfall?
Yeah, he's behind that deadfall.
Andrae, Lone Wolf Custom Gear, Whitetail Addictions.
Tell a little story.
First time in a long time having a camera guy with me.
Dude.
I wouldn't get that good footage.
Dude, it's the hat.
It's the hat. Seen this buck, is it 2 days ago?
Yeah, 2 days ago.
Up on a field dog and some does. And me and Justin, he decided to film his last day in town, so we got down and did some major scouting. Seen a lot of mediocre sign, but we got into this draw and just tore up down in there. Trails beat, and you can see some of the rubs back in there. They're just huge. So this was one of the only 10s that still had all its damn tie-ins. So hopefully it's
It's a good
scores out pretty decent.
Oh, that's a good buck.
Yeah, I want you viewers to notice that the lower stand is the one that it's running on. It's 7 foot 9 inches off the ground. We got a 1.0 sitting in and a 0.5 viewer on for the camera guy. All right, let's check out this arrow. It sounds like a good hit.
Oh, there he is. We just jumped him.
No way. What that blood?
There's bubbles all in it.
I can't even begin to think where he's hit. That's lung blood.
I know it's lung
And
blood.
it's low enough that they got. I didn't get both of them. Kind of far back, maybe in the lungs. I don't know. No, about the deer I shot. So everybody knows I like to read real time, scout, hunt, and we put the boots on and did some heavy scouting. That deer I actually passed up earlier. I was kind of taking inventory on the property. I called him. I told him I seen a deer that probably was just shy of 170, and actually passed them up out of this tree right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's literally 8 feet off the ground in that pine, and he came through this clover field here. But I also seen the deer what I call my level B fields come out of a draw, so I knew where he was kind of held up. Last day we decided to go scout that draw, walk it, and it was just tore up red hot, huge new fresh rubs. So we set up a double set. Probably scouted 2.5 hours and hunted only less than an hour and harvested that deer. So you'll see that on video. We're sitting at December 23rd. I'm gonna take a few days off for Christmas. Got about 2 weeks left of hunting. Got a targeted buck that showed back up. We know he's alive. He's visiting these food plots during the dark, leaving before sunup, coming in after dark. So we kind of backed off a little bit. We're going to wait for a better boom phase and for some rougher weather where the deer will move earlier, and hopefully he'll start moving in daylight hours and we can get a poke at him. So I've been using mobile setups. I'm going to tear down again. Pretty much been bouncing around. This deer is what I call a nomad, and he does not bed in the same spot consistent. So we're concentrating on the one thing that he is doing consistent, is getting up onto these picked fields and food plots, and we do know where he is feeding every night. So let's tear down, get in, get some breakfast, and put up a new set for tonight. More later. Then we get into late season, and finally that buck, the last 10 days of the season, showed up that I was after, and was excited. Again, dropped a lot of my responsibilities and literally hunted for about a week straight, uninterrupted, packing in the old 1.0 with some sticks and bouncing around in a new spot just about every day. Never could tie into that one, but did see a lot of other bucks. Passed up another decent buck. But it was just a joy to be able to just take the gloves off and go. Physically, it was daunting because of the deep snow, and you'll see from some of the videos. I literally had to take out the big tractor and clear spots just to get in here to hunt. So Well, I think I found a deer that I shot this year and couldn't find. Had my good friend Justin out, filled his tag, and we had one sit left. Scouted out a pretty good spot, and lo and behold, we had a crack at it. Looked like an excellent shot, blood all over the place, looked like double lung. And because there was so much blood on the arrow and so much blood, we just got down right away and tried the track, and we jumped the deer. Everybody knows you don't want to jump a deer that's wounded because adrenaline gets kicking in, and this thing, I searched and searched and searched, and I could not believe the deer wasn't dead. Started second guessing myself. One more draw I needed to go over. This thing went almost 3/4 of a mile. Who knows, coyotes might have chased it, or kind of a waste, but it's part of this game, I guess. Whitetail Addictions, it's a brutal, agonizing sport.
Hi, this is Andrae from Lone Wolf Custom Gear. I wanted to thank you for watching Whitetail Addictions and ask that you become one of our silent partners by hitting the YouTube subscribe button and following us on Facebook and Instagram.